Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Travel-Tyme with Maylene. It's your girl, Maylene. So, y'all, let me tell y'all. I should have did a video yesterday, but I didn't because I was fucking tired. I mean, freaking tired. And I'm going to talk about yesterday. So, one thing about trucking is that you will find yourself doing things that you either say you wouldn't do or you didn't think you would be in a situation of doing. So yesterday I dropped off my load, and when I mean I made it, right? So let me give you a little backstory. So my load yesterday was from Wisconsin to Laredo, Texas. I stopped in Joplin to do my 10. So before I got to Joplin, I had did a 30-minute break. And my fleet manager messaged me. Well, he messaged me with like, am I going to be able to deliver on time? So I called him, and I was like, I wanted to make sure I understood my recaps properly, And so I'm like, I get recaps on Thursday, correct? And he was like, yes. I said, well, I'm stopping in Joplin. I'm going to stop in Gainesville, Texas. From Gainesville, Texas, I'm 6 hours away from Laredo. Now, this is what my GPSs are telling me, right? And he's like, okay. I was like, I'm good. I can make it on time. We don't need to rebound. He's like, okay. Get to Joplin, and it's still saying like 6 hours from Gainesville to Laredo. Get to Gainesville at Trucker's Paradise, it's 8 hours. That was Thursday. And no, was that Thursday? That was Wednesday. No, that was Thursday. I'm in Gainesville, Texas on Thursday. And so I'm like, y'all, my clock with recaps was 8 hours and maybe a couple of change, right? But I'm like, it said I was 6 hours away, so I didn't calculate it that I'll get there on time. Well, it was still saying I would get there on time, even with it being 8 hours. So I'm like, I'm going to get up super early to beat traffic. 12 a.m. The minute my recaps hit 12 a.m., I'm gone. I got to go through Fort Worth. I got to go through Austin. I got to go through San Antonio. All of them. So I get up. Traffic's good. But there was a lot of construction and slowdowns because my truck can only go 62 on cruise control and then 58 on the pedal. So even though the construction would say 65, I can't go 65, and I don't feel comfortable going 65 in construction anyways. So there's a lot of speed variance. As I am reaching Laredo, right, my clock is ticking away. So I'm not going to say what I was down to, but I was like, what am I going to do? Mind you, I just said I'm going to deliver this on time, which I was going to deliver it on time. I was going to be there on time, but that was it. I was just going to be there on time. So I done called my man. He ain't picking up the phone. So I called our other friend, and I'm like, listen, he's a truck driver too. I'm like, listen, this is what I'm working with. What do I need to do? So he tells me what I need to do and everything. So luckily, I made it there on time. I got unloaded. Y'all, I was on the road praying. I was like, Lord, just let me get unloaded. Please let me get unloaded. Let me get there and get unloaded. Because it was first come, first serve. It was only open. The facility was only showing that they were taking loads between 9 and 11. So I had to get there, I arrived at 9:42. Went in, and I was next in line for a doc. Thank you, Jesus. Because I don't know. Then I get there, and I'm like, how am I going to back this in there? The lot was small. They were on a dead end road. And so I figured it out, and I was able to get in and get out. So that's how yesterday went. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because in trucking, you never know what type of situation you're going to be on. You never know where you're going. Trucking opens you up to challenge yourself a lot. That was one of the maybe second most, I'm gonna say first most challenging thing that I did besides backing. Backing is always gonna be something, but that was one of the most, when you're talking about delivering and sticking to your word to say, I'm going to get it there, and critical thinking. Okay, yeah, you might get it there, but then what else after that if you only got so many hours or minutes that you're working with, So yesterday was just deliver and go straight to the TA, truck stop. So I'm looking at my clock, and I'm like, oh, they're not going to give me no load, even though I got recaps this morning. I only had 5 hours and 33 minutes in recaps. So I'm like, oh, they're probably not going to give me a load. Oh, I was wrong. I was all the way wrong. Like, all the way wrong. I got my load. Well, I seen the load because I went to sleep. I seen the load at like 6 or 7. And I called my man. I'm like, listen, they gave me a load. So we calculating how many hours I'm getting back in recaps. Am I going to be able to deliver this? I got to pick it up regardless, because with Prime, they tell you don't refuse any loads, especially as a company driver. Don't refuse any loads. So either way, I got to pick it up, But I only got 5 hours and 33 minutes to use to pick up my load. And my load was 3 hours and 13 minutes away, which is a good enough time to pick it up. But guess what? That's all I'm doing is picking it up, and I have to go straight to the truck stop because I ain't got no hours to work with to continue driving, So then I realized Prime just sent me to the trenches. Y'all will not believe where I am at. I am on the border. And when I mean the border, I'm on the border between Texas and Mexico. Matter of fact, to give y'all the even better detailed imagination, I received a text message from Verizon saying, welcome to Mexico. Even though your plan is covered up under data charges and stuff like that. And I was like, what? Are you serious? No. Then on top of that, I am on Highway 83. If you're a trucker and you are OTR, you know Highway 83. If you you've been this far, you know Highway 83. My very first time going on Highway 83. But what made me know, besides my man telling me that I was that close, I was like right there on the border. Every few miles, there was Border Patrol, DOT, or regular police. And when I mean I'm driving and I look and either Border Patrol or State Patrol is like, and I mean DOT, Border Patrol or DOT is like in the cut, sitting with maybe just their park lights on. Sometimes it'll be one, sometimes it'll be two. I'm passing down over here because really it was like over here is Texas, over here is Mexico. And I'm like right in the middle, right? So if I'm looking over here, it'll look like I don't know how to say it. Because I'm not trying to be discriminatory, but it'll be like a Mexican mansion type house or whatever. Like you'll see a high fence and they're like clay brick type thing, and right in between it'll be two like State Patrol officers or something like that. I'm not saying that's the type of, but I'm just trying to give you a definition, like an imagination of what it was driving on US Highway 83. I said to the universe, if anything pulls out in front of me, it will get hit and I will keep going. Because it was so dark on that road that I can see where somebody can be crossing over and can jump in front of my truck or jump in front of my truck and try to take my truck. So many things went through my head. I wasn't scared, but thoughts went through my head that I was just like, if something runs out, it will get hit. You will not get in this truck and make it out alive. You know what I'm saying? This is not that kind of truck, all right? Where you think you're going to get in front of me and think I'm going to stop and let you take my truck or do anything. It don't work like that. I'm about that life. It ain't gonna work like that. So I'm like driving. I'm like, nothing better come out. You gonna get hit. Thankfully, nobody came out. And all the way here to Rio Grande City. I think I said that right. Straight Border Patrol, State, DOT, regular State Patrol for the area. All up in, that's all. I'm like right here near the Border Patrol facilities and everything. I done crossed over the Rio Grande River and all of that. So I'm in the trenches. Like really. Like everybody out here speaks Spanish. So let me show y'all. This is where I am. So I'm at the dock. And so this is where I'm at. Let me tell you, when I mean I'm the only black woman, I'm the only black person, I'm the only one that probably speaks perfect English, right? I'm in line and they speak in their language talking about me, which I understood some of what they were saying, but didn't really care. But yeah, like I'm out here in the trenches, y'all. I really am out here. So I'm going to, after I leave here, I'm gonna go to a Love's. So me and my man is looking at the reviews of the Love's. So the Love's reviews is like, oh, DOT likes to come and mess with the drivers and stuff at the Love's, and they were just there like 18 days ago, and this is unacceptable. And if they come, call the Love's building, because it's a private lot, and they're not welcome there. But then I can understand why, DOT would, because it is easy. Y'all do not realize how easy it is for somebody to hop in a semi to get across the border. It is extremely easy. Like, I'm looking over and somebody can be crossing over, and I'm looking at them, and they can get in the truck with somebody and keep going. That's how easy it is. So this is the first time I've been this far into this is my first time being on the border. When I was teaming, we got close, but not that close. We were coming into Texas from New Mexico, and you can see where this is Texas and then this is Mexico. But we wasn't, I guess you could say we were still close to on the border, but not like I'm right here by Border Patrol, So this is an experience. This is really an experience. And I'm just saying that in trucking, you never know. You never know where you're going to be, how you're going to run your time. You can have things set to be a certain way, and it changes. That's like, I got my recaps back, and my man was like, well, why don't you leave? I guess he thought he told me to leave at 5, but I left at 4 because I have to be here at 10, and the place opened up at 9. So I left at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, because I wanted to be early, because you have to park on the side of the street, you have to come in and check in. So I'm like, let me get there early so I can at least park it across the street. So when they open up, I'm walking up there. Let me tell you, at 8:46, I was walking up here with the rest of everybody else to check in. And of course, I didn't get a door right then, but still. So time management, critical thinking, being prepared for whatever changes that may occur is all part of trucking. Trucking is no joke. It is not an easy job. I am a steering wheel holder, as some truckers would say, and I would prefer to be a steering wheel, because I can only imagine having to do all that and then shift gears too, and be in traffic shifting gears, so I'm a princess driver, but I get the job done. Now yesterday, I backed. When I mean I backed my ass off yesterday, y'all, I backed my ass off. Today, I swear the universe was like, don't get cocky. And I could not back this trailer to save my life. I swear I did. So many pull-ups, so many, like, repositioning myself. I'm like, are you serious? Now, yesterday, where I was in a more tighter situation, I got the job done. And then today, the universe is like, don't get cocky. We need to bring you back down so you can know anything can happen, Y'all, I was fighting this trailer today, but I got it in, and they are currently unloading me, thank goodness. But that's all I wanted to talk about today. I do enjoy trucking. surprised that I came into it, but I really do enjoy it. It's something that you have to want to do, and anything that you decide to do is something. It has to be something that you want to do. So thank you for tuning in to Travel-Tyme with Maylene. Like, share, subscribe. My current subscribers are saying you need to do more videos. And y'all, I'm a new solo driver. I'm not a new driver, but it's my first time solo. So for the past 3 months, I've been trying to get comfortable with just working for Prime in general and figuring out how they operate and things like that. So now that I'm past that little hump, I am going to try my best to post more videos. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, my comments are open. I'm open to answer any questions that y'all might have. But just make sure you like, subscribe, and share, and I will keep y'all updated. So with this load, I'm going to Louisville, Kentucky. So from Texas to Louisville, Kentucky. So I will keep y'all posted. Y'all have a good day.